Hey guys, it's Dave here from Old Rigs Down Under. Got a video today just to do a couple of little jobs around the place, a little bit of shuffling around and a couple of mini jobs. The sun's out, well it's sort of out, the grass is growing, spring's in the air, so yeah, we'll get around and show you a couple of things. I want to do some slashing here in the next couple of days, just have a little bit of a clean up before the whole place is overgrown. And yeah, so there's a couple of machines we're going to focus on today. One of them here in the background, the 285 watt. So probably going to do an oil change on it. I've got an oil filter and a fuel filter, and I've also got a little diaphragm to go on the fuel pump which is leaking. We're just going to hook the 1955 up to the slasher. And if I've got some heavy cables and lugs, I might put that twin battery setup on it that I've been talking about for months and months. But anyway, that might not be today. Another one we're going to do, excuse me, is the big Oliver undercover there. No major jobs to it just at the moment. But just, I've got a couple of leads, a couple of ends for battery leads, which have just broken and got rotten with time. I have charged the batteries on it already, so that's probably what I will attack first, you know, just a little bit of low-hanging fruit. Then we've got the Flintstone here, same thing, more electrical issues with it. Just going to replace the battery, check a couple of levels, put a bit of air into it and fire it up. We're coming up to a couple of different truck shows around in the next month or 6 weeks. And a couple of tractor shows and tractor pulls as well. So just might have an afternoon of getting a couple of things ready like that. And also, like I said, the place is just starting to get a little bit of grass growing about it. And need to move a couple of these vehicles, get the slasher going, and yeah, try and neaten the place up a little bit, lessen the fire risk a bit later on. So anyway, we'll get into these videos, eh? Righty guys, here we are, 2155 Oliver. So, pretty basic. I'm just going to replace that terminal. It's just a bit grotty. And I've just got that new lug style to put on there. Bolt to the battery and then put that straight on. So, it's not too bad, it's not earth shattering or anything like that. One on the other side actually is broken, so I'll just get rid of this one. This one, generally speaking, starts pretty well, this old Oliver. So it's not as big a problem as the 1955. But seeing as that other side broke, I thought it was just a good opportunity to give it a little clean up. And give it good points of contact. Recharge your batteries, they just went dead in it. And it is a little bit warmer at the moment too than it has been in the last month or two. So it will just start that bit easier. Big old heavy wire, pretty coarse. We'll just cut one stray one off. You can just sort of see the wire just starting to poke its head out through there. So got it on there nice and tight. So these are the crimping pliers I use. Now on this lug terminal, got written 50-12. So I'll go to this scale here and find the 50. It's got a little mark on the on the adjuster, and so I'll go to 50 with it, about there, spin it over, how to feel like a bloody peanut on live television, eh? Anyway, and you can see it just crimps it just like that. Makes it nice and tight. You can take the ends, do whatever you like. This one doesn't matter so much, it's just an old banger, just an earth, so but put that one on there. While it's here, I might just hook up this other positive while we can still get at it. Stuff that up, haven't I? That handle down first, David. Pick up these terminals from any of your local auto shops, electrical wholesalers and those sorts of people. Rightio, that side done. Transfer some gear to the other side. Running a bit short on terminals at the moment, which is why I probably won't be able to do the 1955 today, but we'll do this one, and then I'll be able to get some heavy terminals during the week and do that 1955 later. But anyway, that's good for this side. Right guys, here on the other side you can see this terminal here, it's broken, it's pretty ugly. I know the feeling. So this cable's pretty hard, but I'm just going to try and cut it back a little bit with these side cutters. Some bigger cable cutters might be handy, but anyway, these will do. So similar story on this side, just going to use that style of fitting, lug and eye terminal. Cable itself doesn't look too bad at this stage, inside. There's a little bit of green shit in there. I'll cut it back a bit further. I think this isn't really going to be too much of an issue. take two, we'll trim that. Way to bloody cut a finger off here. Rightio. Take a fraction more off there. Rightio. Same size terminal. Let's check our mark again, make sure it's on the 50, which it is. And she's done. So, while that battery's back, on him. Put this one on first before I arc myself out. So now, in theory, should be right to start. Pack some tools away and we'll check some levels, eh? Alright guys, we're just going to check some levels now and see if this thing's right to go. I haven't looked at it for a little while, so... oh shit. It's bloody full as a centipede sock drawer. Smells like diesel, so that's not really planned. The mark on that is back down there. The level's about here. You can see she's slightly over full. Fuck it. I've had to pump that up on this one too. I've done start up. It just had a seal kit put in it. Usually there's a seal in there, and that'll let fuel go into the oil. Yeah, that's not ideal. I might just drain that out just before I start it up, just so it's not not running on no oil pressure, not trying to overfill everything and leak out every orifice, which is probably what it's done here already. Yeah, and then I might just keep an eye on it. So yeah, that's not really part of the plan today, but anyway, that's old machinery, I guess. Well, yeah, anyway, I'll go organise some oil and drain that out. Won't worry about a filter, it's obviously going to be fairly clean. Wouldn't have done, it's probably only done 20 hours or something like that. You know, I did a bit of work with this when I first bought it. I got this tractor from Queensland. I don't know if I've actually mentioned that on here before, maybe one of the earlier videos with this and the old pizza oven F model. I perhaps mentioned it, but anyway, came from up at Emerald in Queensland, sat for a long time. It's in remarkably good condition, just a bit faded, and yeah, we were able to start the thing up there. Hadn't been going for 20 years or something. I wish I had the channel going back then. It would have made for a good video. Anyway, I got it back here, and this was the side when it was parked up in Queensland that was exposed to the elements more so. The other side was up against a shed, so all of these hoses were all perished. So I just went along and I replaced the hoses that I could see were brittle. Did a little bit of electrical work, replaced the solenoid on the other side. This is once I got it home. And this fuel pump was pissing fuel out of that throttle shaft. So yeah, I had a kit put in it, and yeah, then I used it. I went and did a couple of days work with it, working up with a scarifier out at my cousin's farm, and then the following year I did a little bit as well. Did a couple of days, just, you know, probably ploughed close to 80 or 100 acres all up. And I just handled it beautifully. It was really, really good. So it has had a little bit of work done on there, but yeah, that's a bit disappointing. So anyway, I'll put some new oil in. These things were renowned for being a bit low on the oil pressure anyway, or if they were going to fail, these 585 cubic inch engines, that's where they were going to fail. They've only got 4 main bolts in them, 3 or 4, I'm not sure on that. But other than most 6 cylinders will have 7, yeah, these have only got 4, I think. So the later ones did come with another oil pump down here. So this tractor here is all Minneapolis. It's just green in colour only. So that oil pump there, that's a hydraulic pump. When they went to the 2150 tractor or the 2270, which is the Oliver front with the Minneapolis front with the Oliver rear, the hydraulic pump was mounted in under here. So in this provision here on this engine, they put an extra engine oil pump there, or an updated engine oil pump, I should say. So they did have their problems with oil pressure. So this one's always run really well. It's always, you know, sort of gone right up the top of the gauge around that sort of 50 psi. Even after working for a day, it's back down to about 35 or 40 at idle, which is pretty good, I reckon. So it probably indicates it hasn't done a heap of work. So anyway, yeah, I'll get to and just change that now. A little bit too runny for my liking. Clean as a whistle. Not even any colouring on my hand really. So yeah, that's just bloody diesel. Check the radiator, the level's still up to the top, so got a bit in it. Only supposed to hold about 15 litres or something. Yeah, it's pretty disappointing, really. But that's old machinery, isn't it? At least it'll be nice and clean in there. I'll have to go and get another container the way it's looking in. Oh, they'll probably make a good fire starter, I suppose, and that's about it. Might go and find another container before I overflow it and make a hell of a mess. Fuck, we might have to go again here. Unreal. Thought they'd get it. Righto, round 3. So I'd guess that would be probably in excess of 50 litres, I'd reckon. I think those blue tubs are about a 60 litre tub if they're water level, and it's not to the top. So there'd have to be 40 in it, sort of almost 10 out of this one, so yeah, probably 50 or just over. All part of the fun. So it's nearly all out there. I might just go and tip a little bit of oil around the other side and just see if I can push a little bit of it out. The tractor's sitting down on the arse a little bit here, so it probably just wants to be levelled up a little bit. So once I change this oil and then get it up and running again, once I let it cool off tonight, I might just park it on a slightly different spot so that the front wheels are down. And then in the morning when it's cooled off, if it's still leaking, that stuff will go to the bottom because it's thinner. So that's my theory anyway. So anyway, I'll see if I can push a bit through. See, that's a bit oily there, so I want to flush most of that bloody fuely shit out of it. It's definitely running nicer than what it was before, so that'll do for now. Rightio, we'll get some oil in it now. Righto, we'll get a bit of fresh stuff into it. Absolutely spot on, you wouldn't believe it. Oh yeah. Well, now we can probably do what I was going to do about an hour ago. See if it wants to fire up. So, yeah, like I said, the coolant's right, oil level's now right. Hopefully these two batteries have got a bit of charge in them. I did give them a little bit of a hit with the charger before I put these terminals on. Let's see what it wants to do. Lights on, that's a good start. Glow's working, I'll just give it a little bit of a glow, just because it hasn't been going for a while. So she's going there, it's got sort of 50 psi there, cold idle, which is pretty good. A little bit smoky. I didn't do the injectors when I did the fuel pump up, so maybe both of them just won't do it again. Righto, well, it's taken a little while, but managed to get one job ticked off the list, so that's good. Be nice to get it out and do a little bit of work with it, like maybe take it to a tractor pull or something like that, and then just keep a bit of an eye on that oil level to see if it comes up significantly in a short time, or whether it's just the fact that it's been sitting for, I mean, it could have been here for 6 or 8 months or 10 months or something. I don't really remember, but certainly hasn't moved for a little while. So anyway, like I said, a little bit of a shame there, but anyway, it's running clean and got good oil pressure now, and it's doing what it's meant to do. So anyway, let's start on the next job. Okay guys, going to hold it there for this video. I did want to put the 285 in there as well, but there's just going to be a bit too much information, so we'll just split them up and run with the Oliver work. Stay tuned for the next episode on the 285, and we'll pick up where we left off. Thanks for watching guys, it's much appreciated.